everyone, this is Ashley Jamerson coming to you from Ashley Lambert Realty. I just picked up these celebration balloons for a closing that's going down at 1 p.m. I am a little bit of a stressed out person this morning because the offer that I submitted last night was for a NACA buyer. There's multiple offers on the property, and this particular seller's agent has worked with NACA before and they did not have a great experience. So it sort of kind of puts me in a position where I have to defend a program that I know that can be a headache for a lot of sellers and buyers agents, and just letting her know that my client is fully approved and that she can definitely meet that 45-day deadline, and just crossing my fingers that she accepts that offer. And I say she because she is also the owner and the seller's agent of the property. So it'd be really nice if she accepts the offer. But if she doesn't, there's more properties out there. It's just that this one was so nice. It was so cute. So it'd be very disappointing if my client misses out on this just because of the program that she is using. I'm going to head to the office. Well, first I have to go pick up a gift card. Then I'm going to head to the office, do some paperwork. I am meeting the buyer's agent for my reno project down in South Charlotte at 11:45 to collect the due diligence money and to give her an official walkthrough of the property that her client submitted an offer on, sight unseen. So fingers crossed there. And then of course the closing, and then I have a final walkthrough at 3:30. I have my planner down here. I have a final walkthrough at 3:30, and then my daughter has ballet class tonight, so I have to be done by 4:30 and take her to ballet there for about an hour, and then home to cook dinner and spend some quality time on this wonderful Wednesday with my family. So fingers crossed this offer gets accepted. If it doesn't, the only reason is because it is NACA. She's completely approved. It's conventional. She did do a strong due diligence and strong earnest money deposit, but it's NACA. It's so hard sometimes. I'm going to reach back out to my True Homes Connect to see if that one house is still available. Fingers crossed that it is, and just have that as a backup option for this buyer. But yeah, today's going to be awesome, and I will check in with you guys soon. Hey guys, so I am just finishing my 3:30 walkthrough for my 9 a.m. closing on tomorrow. My 1 p.m. closing for today got moved back to 4, which is probably about to get started right about now because it's 3:58, but I'm not there because it was rescheduled and I just couldn't reschedule what I have going on at 3:30. So I did go by the attorney's office and drop off a closing gift. I looked over the closing documents. The lender looked over the closing documents, the attorney, the buyer. So there's not going to be any surprises. However, I will be available if he has any questions, but rescheduling a closing at last minute is not good. However, it's very common if you are closing so close to the end of the month. Real estate's interesting. I think that one of the biggest challenges of real estate is balancing all of the realtors, all the different realtors' personality types. You have like your type A, you have your type B, and then you have your annoying or you're just straight out mean. Sometimes when you get a whole bunch of realtors together, I feel like it's a dog park and different realtors are going around and like sniffing each other's butts, and some of them are humping other ones just to say I'm better than you and things like that. And in this business, I think that realtors have to really keep in mind that they are here to serve their client and their client only. I think it's very important to remember who you work for and whose interest you have in mind during a transaction, and then that everybody has to operate by the same rule book, the same contracts, the same rule book. So if something says as is, then you have to understand that if there's a expiration date or a deadline, then that's the deadline. Once it's in stone, once it's a contract, it's just super important to know your dates, to know your forms, and just to know what type of realtor you're working with. To be honest, there's a couple of realtors here in the area that are on my poo-poo list that I do not enjoy working with. However, just because I don't enjoy working with them, they may be representing a client or a seller that I need to work with, and we just make it work. We put our pride to the side and we make it work. And that's basically how real estate goes. The joy about real estate is that you only have to deal with them for like 30 to 45 days. So that's always nice. I am patiently waiting for a reply from the seller's agent for the house in Concord. It's aching me because not only does this house have multiple offers, but another house has multiple offers as well. And it's just stressful. I feel like in her situation, she really needs to go new construction because sellers agents in a hot market, they really frown upon NACA at times, especially if they need that money to buy their next house. So patiently waiting for that. My day has to end at 4:30 because I have to pick up my daughter for ballet, but I am going to drive by a new construction. This house went under contract about a week and a half ago. It's a Wade Journey build, so I'm gonna go by and check on that. Another buyer sent me photos of her house down in Gastonia in Spencer Mountain. That's a D.R. Horton Express. They have not the drywall, but like the siding is going up and the boards and the studs and the beams and things like that. They're working on the structure of the house. So tomorrow I'm going to go to Gastonia, and then I'm going to go to the Avenues at Arsley to check on another one of my clients' homes that are being built. That house will actually be complete in May, so it's really far along. It's a 3-story all brick townhouse with a 2-car garage. It's pretty dope. I actually did a video on that, so I'll see if I know how to link it in the video, but if not, I'll definitely link it below. But that's a really nice townhome. She walked in, and that was literally the first house and the only house I showed her because she loved it that much. So it'll finally be done. She picked out everything. It's going to be perfect for her. One little tiny appointment, some paperwork, a little bit of paperwork, and then ballet, and then spending time with my family. I decided that next Monday and Tuesday I'm taking it off as like a little mini sabbatical. I'm not going to say I'm 100% off work, just in case there's a fire that I need to put out. Not a literal fire, but like a realtor fire. If there's a fire that I need to put out, I will be available to do that. But I'm taking the day off to quilt, to garden, to relax, to sleep in. I may get my hair done to get rid of the grays. I may get a manicure, pedicure, massage, whatever. But I'm setting aside 2 days to recharge and to update and work on my planner, just so I'm ready for the next quarter, because the next quarter is going to be even busier than this quarter, which has been amazing. So I'll check in with you guys maybe. If not, I'll check in with you Thursday morning before my closing. Talk to you soon. So basically, when you do a walkthrough of new construction, you're looking for things to not be even, things to not look right, feel right, sound right underneath your feet. So you're really paying attention to see if you feel any loose boards and things. There have been a couple of times where a builder literally forgot to screw down the subflooring to the floor joist. So when you walk, it was like boom, boom. We couldn't figure out like what happened and why it felt uneven, and come to find out it wasn't installed correctly. Also ran into a situation before when it just wasn't level at all. I have so many alarms on my phone. When it just wasn't level and we had to go back in there and fix it. But today the cabinets are being installed, so probably, since today's Wednesday, probably on Friday I'll go back in and I will check and see and make sure that the cabinets are in good, they're sturdy, They all open and shut properly. They're level. They are in good condition. Like there's no nicks and markings and things like that on it, but it looks good so far. They're saying that this house will not be ready in May, but this house will be ready next month. And she's going to be moving into a very good steal. Wade Journey released 5 homes one day, and literally those houses were sold in 12 minutes. Like, I had another client who was looking, and she called me 2 hours later, and I said, they're all gone. They're gone. And she was like, what? And they were all gone. So one of my clients was able to snag one of these amazing Wade Journey move-in ready, very affordable, very rare homes in Charlotte, new construction, under 180. So that's very rare, like I said. So I think this is going to be it for today for sure. I'm going to call this client and let her know that I walked her property and that everything looks good and that the cabinets are being put in. Let her know about my plans for Friday to come back and double check the cabinets and see if she possibly wants to meet me on Friday out here at the property. But tomorrow I have to walk 2 closings and then chillax a little bit, hopefully. So I will check in with you guys in the morning. Bye. Hello everyone, this is Ashley Jamerson coming to you from Ashley Lambert Realty, and happy Thursday. I am in front of Costner Law just finishing up a closing. Then I have to head to my office to get some paperwork done, process and close out this file, and work on some more stuff before my lunch meeting and before my afternoon closing. Today has been interesting already though. I'm not really sure how to feel, trying to maintain my stress level for today. But today's going to be great. It's not a problem that I haven't handled and cleared up before. It's just, no one wants to have issues and fires to put out first thing in the morning. So I will check in with you guys from my office. So I made it to the office to get some paperwork done, just getting things set up. My client's offer, the NACA client, her offer did not get accepted. Obviously, because it's NACA, she says she just doesn't want to risk it not closing on time, which I can totally understand. So that's one fire I have to put out and see if I can find some more properties for her, and also some new construction that can possibly be done or fall out or something like that. I have that situation going. I have to find an answer to another file and then try to save another file all before lunch and before my closing this afternoon. So I have to put my fire sit on today to try to figure things out. But of course, obviously, I've done this stuff before. It's just a lot at once. So I'm going to jump to it and start tackling these emails and answering some questions and combing the MLS to see if I can find the diamond in the rough. So I will check in with you guys probably during lunch. I'm going to Cava, and it's the first time I've been there, trying to eat a little bit healthier than I have been. I do eat like a salad a day, but my other meals are usually a hot mess. I'm a true Southerner when it comes to barbecue and things like that. So I'll probably check in with you while I am with my awesome insurance. Hello everyone. So it is now 5:27, which is the end of my day today. I had 2 closings today. I was supposed to have a closing yesterday, but that one sort of DOA'd on me and it got moved to April. And then the one for tomorrow also got pushed back to April. Both of these issues is just something that I could not fix to close on time or close this month, so they're being pushed back to April. I had to make sure that my buyers are comfortable with everything. I do have the seller paying the loan rate lock since one of my clients' interest rate lock expires, and so I had the seller cover that since this was not a buyer issue, and it's like putting my buyer in a little bit of a pickle when it comes to her interest rate. Interest rates are great right now, but even if you are under contract and let's say your interest rate expires, they can't relock it or take the lower. They have to relock what you got. Speaking of interest rates, NACA's interest rate is currently 3.5%, which is pretty awesome, which is why I have been rushing to get my NACA clients under contract if possible. My offer that I submitted on yesterday did not get accepted, so you guys already know that I am very sad about that. We are still going to be on the hunt this weekend and, you know, just on the hunt. I'm still not working Monday and Tuesday. I had someone call me and want to schedule something for Monday, and I was like, I'm not working. I do need a mental break, and I do need to plan for next quarter just to make sure that my business and my company, which I see as two different things, are on track for everything. I'm thinking about making some mandatory in-office hour minimums, meetings that are like permanently on my calendar for my agents. I have another agent that's thinking about joining the company, so I need to plan out all of my training. I have a home buyer seminar coming up, and a few people have already RSVP'd for that home buyer seminar, so I need to make sure that all that is in alignment. My AccuQuilt stuff arrives tomorrow, so I'll be cutting fabric and getting ready for Monday and Tuesday. My goal is to complete a quilt, and I also have to gather some planner supplies that I no longer use and drop those off at some friends' homes who also have YouTube channels. I'm going to drop that off and they can go through it, take what they need out, film with it, put some stuff in that they don't use, put it to the next person, and then that person will return it back to me. And then I will reach out to some other local bloggers and YouTubers to see if they want to continue the carousel of happy planner supplies that we don't use. But this just goes to show that I literally had 4 closings set up to happen in a 3-day period. And of those 4 closings, 2 of them didn't happen. Now, of course, I would have loved if all of them closed on time, but my job is not to push someone to the finish line of closing. My job is to guide them, to make sure that it's a smooth process. If there's hurdles, I help remove those hurdles, foresee anything that could make it worse, like when we were notified by the seller that they were not able to close. People would be like, oh, okay, well, when is the closing date? But I immediately went into, is my buyer okay? She had moving plans. Does she have a place to stay, a roof over her head? Is her landlord okay with this needed time? I had to call the lender to see when her interest rate lock expired, negotiate that with the seller and get that covered. But a lot of this happened without her knowing, because I don't like to come to my clients with problems. I like to come to them with solutions, like, hey, this is the problem, but this is how we can fix it with the least amount of stress and the least amount of money out of pocket as possible. So I think that comes with experience, just knowing how the transaction works and all the moving parts to making a transaction successfully close. But again, they're going to be closing and moving in April, so it's not a big deal. It's just a big inconvenience. I honestly think that's it for right now. Tomorrow is going to be a fun day. I believe I mentioned that my husband and I are going to go to Carowinds in the morning, and then after that, since I no longer have that 12 p.m. closing, I do need to do the professional video walkthrough of my reno project since it's officially done. The buyer is doing their home inspection at 9 a.m. so I'm going to try to get there at like 12:30 and do the videos and the photos for that so I can still market that for backup offers. Then I have to stop by my Gastonia and my other South Charlotte home just to make sure things are looking good. I received a message that my 3-story townhome is drywall, cabinets, and trim are in, which is super fast considering where they were at last week. So I'm going to go and check in on that. And then Saturday morning, I am meeting up with the buyer of the Wade Journey home that I walked through with you guys on yesterday. I'm going with her because Wade Journey homes don't really come with a lot of the nice finishes. So I'm going to go and let her in so we can count all of the drawers and cabinets and do some measuring so she can go to Lowe's and select, backsplash, options or look at backsplash options, as well as take a peek at cabinet drawer knobs or cabinet knobs. Just little upgrades and little touches that will make the house a home once she closes on it. So that's it. I am absolutely mentally exhausted. I feel like I won today, and I feel like I lost today, and I didn't check a lot off my planner, which drives me crazy because, again, I'm a Virgo. I like to check things off. But tomorrow is just going to be fun. It's a creative day, and I love times where I can be creative and quilt and plan in my planner, which is also an artistic outlet for me. And I may make some jewelry. I have some gems that are being polished from the gem mine in Sugar Mountain. They should be here soon. So, you know, just planning out jewelry, just being creative. But all of my contact information is below. Again, if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in the Charlotte area or the surrounding areas, I would love to be a realtor. Visit my website, like, share, and subscribe this page, and I will talk to you guys soon.